Om Apyayantu mamangani Vak pranaschakshu shrotramatho balamendriyani cha sarvani sarvam brahmopanishadam maham brahma nirakuryam ma brahma nirakarut अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति Shanti. Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, all the sensory and motor organs and the life force become fully efficient, perfect. All is verily the one without second, ever blissful, ever perfect, conscious existence itself, the Brahman. May I never deny this truth of oneness. May this truth never reject me either. May all the virtues needed to experience this truth in life be with me. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Let us try to feel this all pervading, all engulfing oneness by transcending our temporary identities, like identity with body, identity with mind, that is thoughts and feelings. When we go beyond them, we can see this all-pervading, ever-blissful Brahman, the one reality. Let us imagine a big heap of ice cubes. I identify myself with one of those ice cubes. And think that all other ice cubes are different from me. I relate myself to other ice cubes. Some become my parents, some my children, some my spouse, some my other extended relations, some friends, some colleagues, some enemies, many completely unrelated. I see that we are all different. I am a small ice cube, fighting against lots of them. I am scared of death, scared of sufferings. But as I introspect, I see that my shape is changing. I am melting. So also all ice cubes. I start seeing the oneness. As they melt, I see the oneness. But actually, even before melting, they were intrinsically same, same one substance in all. Let us reflect it on ourselves. Although we look different, we feel I am different from other, but those are all only superficial differences, because identifying with the continuously changing body and mind. As we go beyond, we see the oneness. I am ever present. There is no beginning, no birth, no death. I am ever present. I have nothing to obtain because I am all that is. I am bliss itself. I am peace itself. Om. Peace, peace, peace. So, friends, let us begin after a gap of 1 month. Our last class was on February 27th, uh, and then I was away in India, so these classes were substituted by. Yes, I agree, Charlie. It is. So, by these classes were substituted by other lectures and some previous classes reshown. So, uh, and let us begin, continue with the story that we were doing, that the incarnation of Vamana, the God incarnating in this form to remove the influence of the demons. So let us begin with our opening chant, the first verse of this great text, Srimad Bhagavatam. So please recite as loudly as you can. जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsists just as the combination of materials like fire, water and earth subsist in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. So let us remind ourselves that this whole study of Bhagavatam is meditation on the truth supreme. The truth supreme is something that does not change according to context. There are relative truths that we know about in the world. They are contextual, that it is in a given context, they are true. Like what's time now? So depends on which region you are talking about. It is. So here you will say now it is such and such time is ESD, daylight saving, Eastern daylight saving time. So but it will be very different in, say, Europe, in Australia, in China. So that answer is related to the context. It is true in a particular relation. So, but then if you remove the context, then you start seeing the abstract, all-pervading truth. This is the art of abstraction. In all our studies, in, say, sciences, that is how the laws are formed. You see one instance, second instance, third instance. Now you remove the particulars, and then we get the pervasive truth that gets called as law. Uh, we also do the same thing in describing, say, for example, human being or humanity. And now, uh, Joan sitting in front of me, she is a human. This Rajagopal is human. Ioana is human. All these are specific human beings. Each has a particular name, a particular description, date of birth, and so forth. Now remove these particulars, and then you get what we see as humanity. And that is how we arrive at numbers. The understanding of numbers also is an abstraction, that you have, say, uh, three apples, three oranges, three fingers. That is, fingers are therefore the first thing that a child notices. I have got fingers. So you count with fingers. Means what? You associate with your fingers an object, and thus when you finish your five fingers relating to five objects, you call, hey, these are five. But this is the process of abstraction actually. So this is how the Brahman, the all pervading reality, the God, these are different names. One may say Atman, the reality, same looked as the reality within. Brahman, the same reality that pervades everything. And God as the controller, governor of that. So these are words very similar to each other. So that is the goal of life. It is, as Sri Ramakrishna would always say, God realization is the goal of human life. Because whatever we seek, we get only in that realization. We realize this and we get total satisfaction, perfect bliss. Nothing more is required in life. Otherwise, we will never have it. That we always will be looking for something more, something in addition. But when we see this truth and identify with it, then yes, then there is nothing more to be obtained. Life is fulfilled, as the sixth chapter of Bhagavad Gita mentions. Yam labdva cha param labham manyate nadhikam tatah. That getting which nothing more is seen as needed. Nothing is seen as more actually. Yam labdva cha aparam labham manyate nadhikam tatah. Nothing is seen as more than that, because actually everything is included in that. So, this is the goal, and this great book, through various stories, allegories, these historical accounts of personages, bring this truth live before us in wonderful language. And the truths of the Upanishads, which are philosophical in nature, are uh, given through the very alluring, enchanting stories, so that our attention gets glued to it. The story is important for that, that we like to listen to stories. And then when the truth is given through this story, then we get it. So, therefore, these stories are given. Last time we were seeing that this the demons under the stewardship of their king Bali, who performed lot of sacrifices, lot of austerities, and attained some great powers. And with those great powers, he became soon uh, capable of conquering the these devas, the angels, who having attained the victory and became then very complacent, lazy. That is the effect of, feeling of victory. That, yeah, I have got it now. Now I can relax. And then the moment of defeat is just at hand. The enemies are waiting for you to feel that you are getting relaxed. You now lower your defenses, and thus the enemy gets chance to attack you. It is seen happening in the lives of spiritual aspirants very often, that you attain a level uh, that of some purity by spiritual practice, and then you feel, wow, it is so nice. Now I have conquered all the evil in life. And then as you lower your defenses, the evils, they assail you, and thus you find that it is you are lost. So this is what they happened to the devas. Let us look again into what is this deva and asura. We had looked into it. They are tendencies in ourselves. Some good tendencies are there, some not so good tendencies are there. So they both want enjoyment. Only the means that they adopt are moral and immoral. The devas, they also are not after the truth, they are after the enjoyment. In the sense that they see this division, I and the world, as real. And then this I wants to enjoy the world. I and world, his division is taken as real by both, by the angels as well as demons, by the devas as well as by the asuras. This division is taken to be real. Only the difference is that the devas, they have some higher evolved moral sense, and asuras, they think that the end decides the means, end defines the means. They are not really worried about morality, about not killing or troubling others. My enjoyment, that's it. I don't care for others. Devas, they have a different mentality, but both of them, the goal is this, having, wanting to enjoy this world. This division, this ignorance that I and the world are separate is held on to by both of them. So, uh, therefore, you see that they got all the so-called enjoyments. These angels having earned victory over the demons. Now their chief Indra has, we saw in our last class, uh, a great kingdom, very prosperous, lot of these enjoyable things like gardens, parks, amusements, all around there. So uh, Now there is this desire to now relax. Okay, now let us enjoy. Whereas those who were vanquished, these demons, they were now waiting for their chance to wreak revenge. So, thus they were preparing when we can now attack them. They were building their powers, and this King Bali, he thus got enough strength, enough weapons and ammunitions, and attacked on these devas. They were relaxed, thinking that now they already have won. So the demons have been completely destroyed. But here they attack and then makes these devas flee the kingdom. They ran to their guru. They because they were when they were okay, prosperous, they didn't care about the teachings of the teachers. And but now they remember when at the occasion of defeat, now let me surrender again to them, and then they go there, and it was told to them that, oh, this is the time is not yours right now, so go in hiding. When they again, when these asuras also, they become prosperous and all that, they will be committing the same folly for sure. Then you will be victorious again. But till then, just keep quiet, go into hiding, and accumulate strength. So, while this happened now, the demons, they captured everything and appropriated all that was earlier uh, given to gods to themselves, and basked in that glory. So while this was happening, this is what we saw, that it is the the devas had to remain in hiding. And then this King Bali performed, as per the instructions of his guru, 100 horse sacrifices to become absolutely invincible, completely invincible, because of these great horse sacrifices. So, and thus, as he was established in his glory, the mother of the Devas, Aditi, this sage Kashyap, who was the what one can say, father of both these demons as well as the angels. He had the demons from one wife, her name was Diti, and therefore the progeny of this Diti gets called as Daityas. Daityas are asuras or demons, because they were progeny of this Diti. And then Aditi means she was now didn't have those demonical qualities. So her progeny became thus the Devas, or the illumined ones. So this Aditi, now having seen the condition of her children, the Devas, naturally became very miserable. Any mother, seeing the torments of her children and naturally becomes very miserable. So, likewise, she became very depressed. And once her husband, sage Kashyapa, went to see his wife Aditi and asked for the cause of her sadness. She narrated the terrible condition of the Devas and asked for help. It is a long story made short here. The long story means when Kashyapa asked Aditi, "How are you?" she started describing, like we speak amongst ourselves, "How are you?" The first answer is, "Oh, okay, everything is fine, things are all going fine." When you scratch a little, then all the other matter starts coming in. This is common tendency. First response is, "How are you?" "I am okay." There had been this book, "I am okay, you are okay." In 1970s, it was a very popular title by one Alvin Toffler. So it is, "I am okay, you are okay." Now, this that is the first response. But then when you dwell a deeper bit, then you see that person starts narrating the woes that he is going through, all these financial crisis or family problems or the health issues, what not, all troubles start coming up. So, after first telling to Kashyapa, what can I ask for when I have such husband like you, providing all protection, and this is, I am doing fine." But then starts telling that, "Oh, this is the cause of my sadness, that my children, these devas, they have been vanquished by the demons. Those terrible ones, they have now just snatched everything from my children, and my children have to flee. They are in suffering. So do something. Uh, what can make her sons get back to power and prosperity? Tell me the way." And then this sage Kashyapa, he ponders, "Oh, what is this deluding power of Vishnu? Whose is the body, whose are the children, and such ideas of relationship which are pure delusion, that it is my child." A delusion that is very difficult to get rid of. My body is identification. It is, nobody really says that body and I are different from each other. It is when I went to India, don't say my body went to India, but that is the thing, what went, body went there. The mind is everywhere. So therefore, the identification with body is so strong. Then that is transferred to the progeny to some extent. You don't feel that so strongly as body, but it is an extension of the body. The progeny, the parent, especially mother, feels that my child is the extension of my body. Just as body coming just out from the body, that's all. Therefore, the word used in Sanskrit is tanaya or santana. Means just extension, santan. Tan means to extend. So, and therefore, the attachment is very strong for it. It is, uh, but this is how there is actually no reality to that relationship. It is assumed through this power of Maya, nations, my child. Well, the body itself is not mine, then what to speak of the extension of the body? Just imagine, you see. What Charlie, feeling very sleepy today. Uh, so, uh, okay, you just relaxed. Okay, okay. Yeah, it is. So, what to say, my so and so, when the body itself is not mine, what to speak of the extensions of the body? But that is how the supremely, that compassionate Lord, when you pray to that Lord, then that Lord makes arrangements to make you again feel happy by providing you with what you want. It is the worship is mostly done by people with this idea of desires, fulfilling desires. It is there is hardly anybody who worships the Lord without any desire. Some desires come up that when this Lord, please make my headache go away. Very simple thing, like let my headache go away. So, or let my bank balance improve a bit, or kill the demons that they are pro- torturing me. Even when there were all these fruit flies, we were praying, "Oh Lord, take away these fruit flies." Mm. So the prayers are for these earthly things. Because of the delusion, we pray. Go to all the temples and churches and all that. Uh, in churches, you see, you will be asked to uh, put a candle. Of course, you have to buy the candles there. So, and put some money also. Buy a candle for and put your wish there. So then that will be fulfilled. And in temples, also in Hindu temples, most of the prayers are for some worldly gains. So it is, but they are also granted by the same God. That it is so. Lord says that whatever in Bhagavad Gita, that whatever idea people have, and with that they worship, I fulfill that. Why? Because tasya tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadhamyaham. What happens is that their faith on God gets stronger by that. That is the way that it happens. Like say, suppose Rajgopal prays for certain things, uh, that let my my son do well in his exams, and so prays and offers some special uh, gift to God for that. And now, what gift to God can be offered? God gives everything to us. But then I feel, oh, I am offering this to God. So, but still, the God accepts that and says, okay, done. Uh, Now, what happens? The result is when the prayers are thus yielding results, then Rajgopal's faith becomes stronger. So, that is the value of these things. So, ultimately, gradually, you realize that the God is more important than all these things. So, if I have God, I have everything. Mm. So, you don't ask for anything then. So, that is the stage that one reaches. But till then, you have to go through all these different desires fulfilling prayers. So, the supremely compassionate Lord will fulfill your desires, and he says that he was instructed by Brahma to do the payovrata, the milk austerity. So he describes how to do this milk austerity to this his wife Aditi, that tells Aditi that how to do it. On being petitioned by Aditi, the sage Kashyapa smiled and said in wonder, "Oh, wonderful is the power of Mahavishnu's Maya." So, after taking this, he tells her, "Seek refuge in God, the Supreme Being, the pervader of everything, the repository of all divine majesties, the one approachable to all and the Lord of all. The Lord, who is merciful to the afflicted, will fulfill your desires. Devotion to the Lord Sri Hari will bring all round good and welfare. Not so the worship of other divinities." It is other divinities. What it means here is that they some subordinate deities. Their worship will not bring us everything. So worship that pervades everything, that reality which is the reality of all, worship that, and thus that according to your desires, that worship will be, that uh, bring the results. So worship that Lord, and in a particular form. So, and then Aditi says, "O great one, what form of worship of the Lord of the universe should I adopt? In what ways would my prayer be granted by Him whose will always comes true?" It is Lord's will always comes true because the Lord of everything. So He governs everything, and therefore His will always will come true. What happens to our wills? We can will, okay, but its fulfillment is dependent on so many other factors that they are not under our control. It is uh, like the airliners, they had to cancel the flight. It happens. So, uh, if you ask them, the passengers naturally get irritated. Their schedules are thrown astray. So they start asking the persons, "What happened? Why the flight is not going?" Well, the weather is bad there. The flights are not coming from there. And but why you cannot? Can you not do something? We cannot control the weather. Now weather we cannot control that. So, if my desire depends on the weather, then it is not under my control. So, therefore, if our prayers are to these demigods which do not have the all power, so therefore they may get fulfilled, they may not get fulfilled, because it is the prayer is not to the all pervading divine, but only to limitedly powerful things. So whatever is within that person's power, that can be given, but not otherwise. If my desire is fulfillment is governed by so many other factors, and then it is not under my control at all. So, therefore, it is said that pray to the all pervading, all governing God. It is sometimes called Hari, sometimes in different these Puranas, different scriptures, the names are given different depending on the name of the deity that is worshipped. So, in the Puranas dedicated to Shiva, Shiva is everything. In the Puranas dedicated to Vishnu, Vishnu is everything. So, those Puranas dedicated to the Divine Mother is everything. So, that is how different names are given, but the idea is the same. The all pervading, all governing, and the Satchidananda, existence, consciousness, bliss personified, that is that deity, pray to that, and then the desire is going to be fulfilled. So, that is what Kashyapa then replied, that once when I was eager to do the work of creation, I put this identical question to Brahma. That is the method used in answering. In many of such things, you will see that when a question is asked to a sage, the sage tells that I also used to have this problem, and I asked to such sage, and the reply that the sage gave, I am telling you now. So, what Brahma told him, he is telling. A person should observe payovrata, the vow of subsisting only on milk for 12 days in the bright fortnight of the month of Falguna, and worship the lotus-eyed Lord with supreme devotion. So that is, and there is the detailed description of this Payovrata. We shall see it only in brief. The uh, that it is on the 14th day of the dark fortnight, the day previous to the commencement of the vow, a person should be a person should, if available, get mud that has been dug up by a wild boar. That the boar digs up that soil, and then that soil has to be used. Why? Because that wild boar is reminiscent of the boar incarnation of God. So, therefore, that is to be used. So, use that soil for doing this sacrificial altar like this. So, this Aditi does this Payovrata. So, uh, that person should utter the following mantra while doing it. That uh, that mud is to be applied all over the body. Take bath in a river. One should also utter the following mantra: O earth goddess, thou wert lifted from Rasatala by the Lord of the primeval boar for providing a stable residence for all creatures. That earth was dug by this primeval boar and brought out. So think of that and pray to that. O God, destroy my sins. After performing one's daily and contingent rituals, one should worship the Lord either in the image or on consecrated ground with ritualistic design, or in sun, water, fire, or one's teacher. So many ways that one can perform this worship. The following mantra of invocation should be uttered. Salutations to thee, the worshipful Vasudeva, the inner pervader of all. That it is. This is a Sanskrit mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And it is to be then uh, uh, connected with this that that please remove all my sins, remove all my wants, and like that it is. Salutations to thee who are the gross and the subtle, Purusha the spirit, and Pradhana the matter, that both are you. This is the Vedanta doctrine, that there is just one reality. And it is contrasted here from the Sankhya idea. Sankhya idea is dualistic. It is all our human understanding, human logic. It is it rests on Sankhya, that it is the I am the perceiver, the world is perceived. The world, the perceiver is conscious, the perceived is inert. This division is maintained, Purusha Prakriti, or Purusha and Pradhana. The word used here in this discussion is Pradhana. That it is, Pradhana is this inert material and then the conscious entity. So everything is combination of these two. There is the conscious idea part and the unconscious part, the changing part and the unchanging part. So these two are accepted as reality, two realities. Sankhya therefore has these two independent realities, very different from Vedanta, that one without second reality is all pervading. It appears as the two, but actually it is still one, and therefore you can never determine uh, in if you take Sankhya idea, it is impossible to determine how the Purusha and Prakriti get connected, how the conscious principle and the material principle, how are the connections, and therefore this Sankhya is rejected by Vedanta. So many confuse that Sankhya, that the sage of Sankhya, Kapila, that Kapila is different from the Kapila mentioned in Bhagavatam. That it is, earlier we saw that God incarnating as Kapila and he instructs his mother with the Vedanta truth, which is not the Sankhya philosophy at all. Sometimes people confuse also the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita called Sankhya Yoga. It is with Sankhya philosophy. No, it is absolutely, completely, totally different from that. So, this here he clarifies that again, because that confusion comes to many, that Sankhya and Vedanta, they are similar. No, they are not similar. And they Vedanta mentions one without second reality. Sankhya sticks to the two realities, that uh, the Purusha and the Prakriti. So, therefore, this is denied there, that salutations to thee who are the gross and the subtle, Purusha and the Prakriti, the knower of the 24 evolutions and the promulgator of the Sankhya doctrine. It is the salutations to thee who are the bestower of the fruits of all yajnas, and also the form of yajna as described by the Vedas, and all that is being told, and told that this is the different steps of performing this ritual, Payovrata. Mm, this is in various ways it is even now done, that uh, invoking the Lord, the controller and director of all senses, with this mantra, the Lord should be honored and worshipped with water for washing, etc. This is the worship ritual that you can see. We also follow some of this. So, after offering sandal paste and garlands, and all pervading Lord should be bathed with milk. Next, he should be off. These things we don't do here. But in many temples you will find this is a common ritual. Bathe God with milk, then with yogurt, then with this ghee, and so forth. So it is, if a person has sufficient means, the person should make an offering of rice cooked in milk with ghee and jaggery, and offer the same in fire, uttering the above mantra. Next, water offering should be made and beetles presented. That the after the food it is given tambul, that is this betel leaf. So afterwards, the 12-lettered mantra, that this is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, this is 12-lettered mantra, is to be recited. Uh, then one should do circumambulation and prostration. The worshipper should place the offered flower, etc., on his own head and put the deity to rest. At least 2 holy men should be fed with the offered payasa or the food. So this is how the ritual goes on. So uh, then it continues and continues till the 12 days. Then again there is the on the 13th day of the bright fortnight, one should arrange for the performance of the bath of the deity with Panchamrita by experts in rituals, as laid down in the scriptures, without uh, stinting money, One should prepare offering of the rice boiled in milk and arrange for a grand and elaborate worship of the Lord sitting on the back of Garuda. The worship is becoming here more and more elaborate, more and more external, and so forth, because it is in seeking of some reward. It is this worship that is seeking only for inner peace, that is not so elaborate. Do your meditations and think of God as the reality of all everything within. But when you want a particular reward, then that is you have to do the worship in a particular way. Like we have to file, say, applications uh, for our different purpose to the city. Then there are different forms of applications. One for this purpose, one for this permit, one for that one for taxes, and so forth. So it is for a particular purpose. If you want, then it is to be, the particulars should be observed. So like that, he has described such everything, and then he retires, and he tells that, but in all these, the yama niyama should be followed. So means control of the senses and control of the mind. They are cardinals for performing these rituals. So we shall continue what happens next in our next coming Friday class. So we shall conclude with the closing chant, and then if you have any questions, you can ask these. निगमकल्पतरुर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुर्हो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff, quaff to intoxication this nectar of the fruit of the tree of the Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. Any questions? Yes, Ashutosh?
Pranam Maharaj. How do we feel compassion for someone without taking on their agitation or suffering?
Without taking?
On their agitation or suffering?
Yes. That's a good question. That when you feel compassion, uh, they you feel that they are suffering, as uh, that sage Kashyap saw that, well, this is the suffering because of the Maya, and because of the ignorance. All sufferings ensue from the ignorance. But then that person is not going to be freed from ignorance unless goes through these stages. So, according to the stage of the person, that person is, you feel compassion, and then take that person on the stage according to the capacity of that person. The capacity of that person is to be seen like a child. Well, the only understanding may be about candy. So, not getting candy is the terrible suffering. So, now you have to therefore go to the level of the child. And then while giving candy, that okay, this is only one you will get. Don't ask for more. Ah, it is for 1 year now. This is the candy for you. So, like that, you have to take that person gradually ahead. So, compassion is without identifying yourself with the one who is having suffering. Otherwise, you will not be able to take that person out of it. So, uh, see the suffering of that person, feel the suffering of that person, but retain your separateness, so that you can assist that person. Yeah. Any question upstairs? No question upstairs. So, let us conclude with the closing chant. Yes, there is the spiritual retreat coming up on 12th by Swami Vimohananda from British Columbia. So, if you want to join that retreat, please register yourself for that. Prior registration is needed for this. So, please register either on our website, or you can uh, register here at the bookstore. So, uh, मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल। मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल। हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल। कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल। मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल। Yes, tomorrow is the day-long meditation starting from noon to 8 p.m. Those who want to join are welcome. The food and other things would be provided there. One should be completely silent, no phone, no internet or such things.